The letter arrived without a stamp, without a return address, without mercy. It knew the date, it knew the hour, it knew the name, and it was right. On Monday morning, Elias Rowe opened his door to silence. No good morning from the neighbor, no barking dog, no sound of traffic. Only a single envelope resting on the floor like it had always belonged there. The paper was old, yellowed, soft like skin that had lived too long. His name was written in careful, narrow handwriting, Elias Rowe. No punctuation, no flourish, just truth pressed into ink. He felt the first warning in his chest, not fear, not yet, but recognition. As if something inside him already knew what waited inside. He closed the door, sat at the table, and stared at the envelope for a long time. 5 minutes, maybe 10 times, stretched thin when death was near. He opened it. Inside was one sheet folded, once no greeting, no explanation, just one sentence. You will die next Monday at 11:43 p.m. Elias laughed once, a short broken sound. He waited for the punchline that never came. He checked the paper again, turned it over, nothing else. No threat, no demand, no signature, just certainty. He looked at the clock on the wall, 9:03 a.m., Monday, exactly 7 days. He told himself it was a joke, a cruel prank, but his hands were shaking. Because beneath the sentence was a second line, smaller letters. You will understand why before the end. Elias did what everyone does when faced with the impossible. He denied it. He went to work, answered emails, drank burnt office coffee, laughed at jokes he barely heard. But the words followed him, you will die next Monday at 11:43 p.m. At lunch, he searched the internet death prediction letters. Psychological hoaxes, urban legends. Nothing matched exactly. At 3:30, his phone buzzed a message from his sister Mara. Did you dream about Mom last night? His breath caught. Their mother had died years ago at 11:43 p.m. He typed back, no why. Mara replied, I did. She said, tell Elias time matters now. He did not reply. That night he locked every door, every window. Checked the stove, the gas, the water. He lay in bed staring at the ceiling, counting breaths. At 11:43 p.m. nothing happened. Relief washed over him, then shame. Of course nothing happened, the letter said next Monday. He slept badly. On Tuesday the second letter arrived. Same envelope, same handwriting, no stamp, no address. This one said, 7 days is a gift, not a curse. Most people never get to prepare. His heart pounded. Prepare for what? He called the police. They took the letter, asked questions, promised to investigate. One officer glanced at the paper too long, as if he recognized something. That evening Elias noticed something wrong with the house. A photo frame on the wall had shifted. Inside was a picture of him and Mara as children. On the back someone had written a date. Next Monday, 11:43 p.m. The ink was old, faded, years old. His stomach twisted. He called Mara, told her everything. She was silent for a long time, then she said, Elias, I need to tell you something. She had been receiving letters too. Not predicting her death, predicting moments. Small, precise moments that always came true. The first letter arrived the day their mother died. They compared notes. Dates matched, times matched, events lined up perfectly. Every letter accurate, every warning true. The sender knew their lives better than anyone. Elias searched old boxes, journals, school papers. In the attic he found a notebook. His handwriting, but he did not remember writing it. Inside were dates and times, notes about conversations, emotions, outcomes. Predictions. The last entry read, Elias dies at 11:43 p.m. next Monday, sender revealed. His head spun. He had written this. But when and why? That night memories returned. A car accident years ago, a moment between life and death. A voice offering a choice. See everything or forget. He had chosen to see. To understand. The letters were his own, sent back through a method he no longer remembered. Warnings to himself, guides through fate. But this one was different. This one had no solution written beside it. Sunday night arrived heavy and slow. Elias sat alone at the table, the final letter in front of him. It arrived an hour ago. It said, you were always the closest. 11:43 p.m. approached. He understood now. The letters were not meant to save him. They were meant to save Mara. He left the house, drove to her apartment. At 11:42 p.m. he pushed her out of the way as a drunk driver ran the red light. Elias died instantly. Time of death 11:43 p.m. Mara survived. Weeks later she found a letter in her mailbox. Same handwriting, same paper. It said, some deaths are necessary, thank you for remembering.